Hi, today we are going to see app and forwarding profiles in Zscaler app or Zscaler Client Connector. Zscaler Client Connector is a agent which is installed on user machines. They can use the ZIA and ZPA. Users can use this agent for access, their internet access, and their private application access. It supports on Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android versions. Also, there is option called strict enforcement where you can access the external resources or the internal resources only after authenticate the users. The enrollment method is very simple. There are options like whether you are connecting from office or you are connecting from home that can be identified using the mechanism called trusted network detection. And this user agent enrollment process will help you to identify user attribution and user detection details, which help you to maintain the asset in Zscaler Cloud. Authentication is transparent for all the users since the agent itself authenticates based on the authentication mechanism which we used in agent. So there are different profiles which used in Zscaler app. One is app profile, another one is forwarding profile. The pack file which is used in app profile is nothing but app profile pack file, and the pack file which is used in forwarding profile is forwarding profile pack file. Now, app profile. App profile is a location where you can configure the disable or logout instructions of the agent. If any issues related to ZApp which can be troubleshooted using ZApp, those troubleshooting configurations can included in app profile. You can collect the logs, and there are options like you can update the app or you can update the policy of configuration. The app profile predominantly help you to control the data center choice and helping the app to decide where to do with traffic. For example, you are installing an app into the end user machine. Now, the app profile will decide towards which tunnel I need to establish the, towards which Zscaler node I need to establish the tunnel. And do I send any traffic go direct or any specific node selection is needed? Those decisions will be taken by the app profile. So those decision configurations are the logic configuration which included on the app profile pack file. The forwarding profile is nothing but from the user agent, that is a browser or the application, how should I send my traffic to the Zscaler, or should I send the traffic to direct? So that decision is going to take by the forwarding profile. Should I tunnel the traffic, or should I enforce the pack file only, or should I tunnel and enforce the pack file? Those decisions are taken by the forwarding profile. The forwarding profile pack file is used to apply on user browsers to handle the exceptions. The decision making whether should I forward the traffic to Zscaler or should I uh, direct that traffic to the gateway. That means exceptions. That decision is predominantly taken by the forwarding pack file. Tunnel mode and route based flow. So in ZApp, there are different ways of configuration. So we are predominantly looking at the major configuration parameters like tunnel mode, route based, tunnel mode, packet filter, and tunnel with local proxy. Let's jump in and see the tunnel mode route based flow. Here in the left hand side, you could see the applications. There will be a routing table created and a ZApp interfaces will be virtual interfaces will be configured on end user machine. So all the traffic based on the routing table traffic hit on the Zscaler app. Once the traffic is hit on Zscaler app, If there is any exceptions, uh, and all other traffic will be bypassed from the Zscaler app. So if there is any app profile exceptions, that will be bypassed from the Zscaler app. A tunnel will be established only for HTTP and HTTPS traffic towards the Zscaler cloud. So all of your applications will hit into Zscaler app based on the routing table. Routes are only for 80 and 443. The routing table will create a route for 80 and 443 against the Zscaler app interface. And also that interface cause VPN interoperability issues, because this is also a virtual um, uh, adapter. The same way VPN also will create a virtual adapter. There will be interoperability issues. Can cause issues with network management softwares, and appears physical, which make Windows think a device is on LAN, and can accidentally get non-HTTP and HTTPS traffic as well, because the routing decisions may take with 80 and 443, but there are chances to receive more than 80 and 443 traffic towards the Zscaler cloud. So here, the bypassed traffic will be handled by the app profile. So you could see app profile is the main parts to handle exceptions. And you have other exceptions like VPN bypass, where you can bypass the VPN related traffic, and all other traffic will be bypassed from the app profile, because Zscaler app will induces the route only for 80 and 443. So the next one is tunnel with local proxy. In the applications, the browsers, you could see the pack file. That pack file is nothing but forwarding pack file. So the forwarding pack file will handle the exceptions for 80 and 443 and non-HTTPS traffic that will go direct, bypassed from the Zscaler app. The local proxy traffic will be hit on Zscaler app. So from the local proxy app, it will look at if there is anything to be bypassed in the app profile. That app profile bypass will be taken place. And the second one is HTTPS, and HTTPS traffic will be tunneled towards the Zscaler. Here there are two bypasses. One is from the forwarding profile, another one is from the app profile. If you are adding bypasses on the app profile, there will be a slowness, or there will be a performance degradation, because the forwarding pack file will process and send the traffic to Zscaler app. Then Zscaler app will process. After that, only the bypass will happen. If you are choosing tunnel with local proxy, the recommended forwarding should be bypass should be from the forwarding path file. So the benefits is it's only forward proxy over traffic, easy for user to override. If you have the rights to control the app profile, you can, the browser, you can override the configuration, like changing the pack file and those kind of controls you can do, but that GPO based or system related restrictions has to be done by the company. So there are chances for GPO interoperability issues. If GPO is pushing any pack file configuration or the proxy configuration to the browser, then there is a chance of interoperability related issues. Tunnel mode, packet filter based. Okay. The applications will generate the packets, and in the kernel space of user computer, the filters will create it based on the packets. 80 and 443 traffic will be processed and sent to the Zscaler app. Bypass traffic and other traffic will be forwarded to the internet directly from the gateway. If there is any exception in the app profile, that will be forwarded to the internet. And rest of the traffic will be tunneled towards Zscaler cloud. So here only one pack file will come into picture, which is on the app profile pack file. The exceptions will be handled using the app profile pack file. There are other exceptions called VPN bypass, so which will help you to bypass host with FQDN and IP address. Filters only ATN 443 traffic. This method is applicable only for Windows. Different Windows firewall rules compared to route based. So there will be plenty of firewall configuration, like Windows packet filtering will create different packets, and you need to create a Windows firewall rules uh, to forward the traffic to Zscaler. Forwarding modes, there are tunnel with route based, tunnel with packet filter based, tunnel with local proxy, enforce pack, and none. Tunnel with route based create a routing table entries. Packet filter will create a packet. This is applicable only for Windows. Tunnel with local proxy deploy a system proxy to local host, and exceptions will handle through this local host system proxy. Enforce pack file, ZApp will be in ideal state, will not forward any traffic, but it will enforce the pack file to all the to the user machines. This is act as a GPO. ZApp it will be completely disabled if the forwarding mode is null. So we talk about trusted network detection in the app profile and forwarding profile. So the trusted network detection, there are three methods in forwarding profile. One is host IP, DNS server, and DNS search domain. Host name and IP will resolve via FQDN locally on the system and check if it matches the IP address which is mentioned on the portal. DNS server, it looks at the primary NIC and looks for the DNS server configuration. DNS search domain looks the primary NIC and look for search domain. If the search domain matches, then it will consider the user is in the trusted network. So the most important thing is how do I bypass my traffic? So you can bypass in various methods. The recommended way to bypass is based on the forwarding profile which you are going to choose. If you are choosing tunnel with local proxy, your bypass should be on the forwarding profile pack file. This take the resolution load of Zscaler app. So there will be a minimal load involved to process the pack files, uh, so that the processing pack for app profile pack processing will get reduced. So it's recommended to go with bypass on forwarding pack file. When you're choosing tunnel mode, bypass VPN gateway bypass in FQDN in VPN bypass list, like FQDNs or IP address or subnet is used. If you're using URLs, then bypass it on the app profile. So VPN client will be configured on or under the VPN bypass list to bypass, where you can use FQDNs, IP address, or subnets. So there are time intervals which will connect to the Zscaler for administrative purpose. Zscaler app downloads the pack file of the app profile and forwarding profile every 15 minutes. Zscaler app connect to the policy updates for app profile and forwarding profile for every 1 hour. If pack file URLs are changed, it automatically updates every 1 hour because it counts as the profile change. So the URL change is nothing but the profile change. So it will take every 1 hour. But pack files will be downloaded every 15 minutes. So when you do the changes on the pack file, which will be reflected within 15 minutes, if you change the pack file on the profiles, then it will take 1 hour to reflect on the end user machines. The software updates will be verified and updated every 2 hours. That's it. Thank you very much. for watching this video. So if you have any queries, please comment in comment section.